Hello folks, this is Mizu, and I'm here to share to you what I consider to be my 12 favorite insane demons in the game. Hopefully I actually managed to do this in the 2 months like I said I would. I'm gonna check the video again and let's see how long it's been, and if it is 2 months, I'm gonna be happy about that. Now I'm sure you already know the basics by now if you have seen the last 3 demon ranking videos, but if you haven't, I recommend you watch them first if you want to get like a good idea as to how I'm structuring these videos. Because important context is needed if you want to know like what I'm basing this list off of. One thing I will need to reiterate though, because of course it's a new video and in case new viewers are watching this, all of this is my opinion. You do not need to agree with me nor come after my own filth because you disagree with one thing. One measly simple thing, alright? It is okay to share your own opinion, so do share what are your favorite insane demons in the comments down below. Yeah, I know, I'm speeding through this intro a bit, but I do want to get straight into it, and I know you want me to get straight into it, so we might as well, like, really. Let's just go, let's just start right now, let's chop, let's make it happen, let's go, here we go. Let's subtract the fact that one of the people that worked on this level is very much a Night Tears is a really solid level if I'm being honest with you. I look at this level and I think to myself, damn, this level is actually pretty cool for what it goes for, despite being a hell level. I really like how it was done here though. This is like one of the few hell levels that can keep being interesting without losing that factor for me. We can all agree that it's overdone to the oblivion, and not many hell levels that exist to this day can either be interesting or engaging. But I know that there could exist a hell level in which you might find interesting, and also the same for me. For me, it's this, and also Arcturus and Slasher, and there's probably another one that I'm honestly missing, but those are different stories to tell. The gameplay in this one is also really good for the difficulty it is at. Some parts may be a bit harder than the rest, but overall speaking, it's just good. There's not much else I can really say aside from that. Night Tears is just a good level. If you want something that is a step up from the insane demons that you're normally used to, I'd recommend this. Well, if you're willing to look at the name of a Okay, well this one's probably going to be a quick one. This is probably the most underrated level to exist in this list, in which I feel like you wish this got a lot more attention, honestly. This level has a really nice contrast to different art styles. The gameplay is pretty good if you're looking for a level that is as close to a borderline insane or extreme demon. And another thing, although this is basically my own bias, there are people that I know that have indeed worked on this level, and they did a really solid job on this. After I had beaten the level, it has gone through some balancing updates to better fit the difficulty of it all, and making sure that it's more fun to play for anyone that finds the level. If you do end up finding this level thanks to me, then hey, do tell me how it plays, cause yeah, I genuinely do not know myself how it plays now compared to before. Again, I've played this in like an older version, and it has gone through a lot of balancing updates, so I don't know how it is now compared to then. So if you do try it out, do let me know if it's more fun or... Aside from that though, Gentaseki is a really solid level, very underrated, and I recommend people that find the level to go ahead and try this out, because god damn, this level is really cool. Good old Batini 2, one of the classics among the Insane Demon category, and one that I still think it's honestly one of the better H2.1 Insane Demons to exist. Designs are really nice for its time. I really like the callbacks to the previous BTD, and also Juniper's house, although there is one part that I do feel as if it is a bit lackluster. That being the start of the build-up before the second drop. Namely the cube, the UFO is fine. I think it could have used a bit more in my opinion. Aside from the decorative, the gameplay... yeah, I really got nothing down to add. The gameplay is pretty good too. The duel may be a bit daunting, but get it down in a couple factor turns and I'm pretty sure you'll also think that this is a fun duel. Not sure if I want to say the same for the second duel though, because the ship and the wave combo, a bit inconsistent if I'm being honest. There's not much else that I can really say about Bikini 2, it's just A really aged 2.1 level with gameplay that's honestly fun to play the more you try it out, and Deco that aged pretty nicely. One of the more iconic levels John has made, alongside Future Funk of course. Now, I know in my past streaming videos that I've been very lackluster with older levels, like 2.0 or 1.9 old. Truth be told, it's not that I hate older levels, it's just that when it comes down to preference, I'm often preferring the newer ones over them, as I do get a much more stronger feeling towards them. But there are 2.0 and 1.9 levels that I do really enjoy, and this is one of them. Back then, I so badly wanted this to be a new hardest of mine, because I really do get a kick out of the challenge that it offers. I didn't have the best time playing with it, however. The wave part at the drop for me was extremely tight, transitions from one point to the other were kind of a gamble, and this fucking click at the ball that is extremely specific for no reason. Even then, I still think the gameplay wasn't really that bad. You're not gonna have the best time with it, sure, but as like a hardest, this is a good way to introduce you to inconsistency parts, complicated timings, and also whatever this ship does. As for Deco, this does feel like a mix between Death Moon and Cataclysm, but it doesn't feel like Taken. It feels a lot more original. And some points don't really borrow a lot from the two levels that I mentioned, even though it is Red 1.9. You know how it is. Lunatic 2 Machine is quite nice for a 1.9 level. I do like it a lot, and I would recommend you trying it out if you want to go for a new hardest. That is if you're able to tolerate this godforsaken ball timing. Seriously, this timing fucking blows so much ass. This was more like a I wanted to do something from memory sort of scenario. I just wanted to go ahead and do something memory related, and I ended up going for hex code FFFFFF. Or, if you're not a color-coded person, white. I'm honestly glad that I went for this, because this is actually a really fun level. Doesn't feel really too complex for a memory level, and it's pretty understandable the more that you do a practice run, despite the memory. And also, despite the limitations, the way that this level does its workarounds to complement the color, it's done really well. Not much else for me to really comment on this, it's always great. I enjoyed playing it, learning about what it needed to do, and I would highly recommend if you feel as if you need something that is memory related. There's also not so much complex with the said memory, like something that's like the easier memory side of things, if you get my drift. It's up to you if you want to do it right now or do it for memory, but personally speaking, save it for me, why not? It just fits right. There are some Karma L levels that have aged incredibly well after their releases. I know people would often think Black Blizzard first, but not gonna lie, that is pretty common. What about levels like Rearmed and Litviews? Those two levels have also aged incredibly well, and I feel as if they also need some love too. Although I do think it is pretty obvious as to which one I'm gonna be giving the spotlight to. And sorry, Rearmed. From a gameplay perspective, I really do like Litviews' gameplay. Some parts are pretty simple, like the ship part and honestly the duel part, but the cube at the beginning for its timing, something which I'm personally very fond of, and the drop part for the way it feels so climatic. Those two parts really make the level. And for decoration, I mean, really great usages of what we had at the time. While I do like levels that we get nowadays, I also gotta show some appreciation to the levels back then with how much they handle the limitations of the editing. Seriously, if you haven't tried Litviews already, definitely try it out. It's really good. It's also probably the only Karma level you'll probably ever beat. At least, that's what I think. Yeah, it's the only Karma level that I've also beaten, as well. Oh my god. because a lot of y'all want to say that this is an insane demon when it clearly isn't. I have no choice but to put this level in this list, even though I clearly do not agree with the difficulty rating. Okay, let me make this less about the difficulty rating. Picture This Perfect is honestly one of the more underrated levels in this list, alongside Jintuteki. Gameplay is so complex, with weird timings and really good sync, and deco that encapsulates the music video very well. It's a really chaotic level in which I think it should honestly get more love. I'm not saying it because of the fucking difficulty being incorrect, but also because I do feel as if this does not get played a lot. I'd get it if it's like the overbearingly flashy visuals that prevent you from doing so, but this could be a really good start for you in terms of like where to begin trying to improve the game. This can act like a gateway to the more harder difficulty, minus Jintuteki of course. If you do intend on trying it, it's gonna take some time learning it, and when you're done, please for the love of God rated Extreme Demon. I'm getting sick and tired of this insane demon rating being so incorrect for this level. It's just, I just beat this like long ago. It's been like a year since then. I've beaten it. It was Extreme Demon at the time. It was easier than Accu. Oh no, sorry, harder than Accu. And it's just... Anyway, Picture This Perfect. Really solid level, and one in which I would honestly recommend if you want something that can act like a gateway to the more harder difficulties. You have one, and then you have another. Jintuteki, Picture This Perfect. There you go. Try it out. Yeah, so if you're a person that is wondering if Comatose would be making this list of mine, congratulations. I hope this answered your question. Honestly, what can I say about this level that hasn't already been said? I feel as if the response towards this already covers my basis on why it's here. And I honestly feel as if I'd just be overbloating it with like more positive thoughts, more positive things to say, etc, etc. There is one thing, a couple things I will say about the level. I honestly prefer Well Rested over this, and the reason as to why I put this as a 9.5 rather than a 10 in my video on the Legendary and Mythic rates, it's because I get more of an impact on Well Rested and the levels that are above Comatose in that video of mine. It's good, but like, compared to it, I do think where it is, it does fit nicely. I don't think that this level lacks the impact. It lacks feeling. It lacks a lot of interest and a lot of emotions, but I do prefer the other ones as well. That's what it mainly came down to. It's mainly preference. Still though, Comatose, really good level. Admittedly not as amazing as people make it out to be. Still really good. I mean, it is in this list. Unfortunately for us, this will indeed be the last old level here, but it's one in which I think it really much deserves it. I wasn't around during the 1.9 days, and I can agree with some people here that this is honestly one of the better aged 1.9 levels. This level is a bit deco heavy though, but it has some pretty solid core designs that, honestly, it seems difficult to replicate. Not really in the sense that it's impossible, but in the sense that core as a design choice was really well captured here. That any other way core is done can come off as too much, but it doesn't feel like that here. The gameplay here is also really fun to play. Well, minus the one ship pod at 43%, that one is a bit clunky. Overall though, Future Demoness is a really solid level for its time. Really nice core designs, pretty fair and difficult for a challenge. Oh, did I mention that the actual song is back on Newgrounds? Yep, you heard me right. Quick and the Dead is actually up on Newgrounds by Rubrat, the actual composer, and it's awesome knowing that Future Demoness uses the actual song again after a whole decade of it being Supernova. Now people can actually try it out without having to worry about it being annoying. Anyway, I do recommend going for this if you aim to get better at the game, most especially if you aim to get better at Wave, because this level is pretty wave heavy. As time goes on, I noticed that a lot of people do not like this level because of its repetitive nature. While I can understand the repetition part, please do note that this song is also pretty repetitive itself. Not much of a good excuse, but it's an honest one at that, and it adds to the extra charm of the level. Repetition aside though, I actually do get a kick out of this. The gameplay is honestly pretty fun, despite this part here having some bugs with the slope. Goddamn slope physics. Now, but the rest, pretty timing reliant. The deco here is clean though, maybe a bit minimalistic, but it also gives you a feel of the 1990s. Pretty fitty if I'm being honest with you. Not much else to say about it really. HBFS is just a solid ass level, and one in which I am honestly surprised by how difficult it was trying to go for it. It's still very much an insane demon though, there's no denying that. This is a level in which I really did not expect to really like so much. I didn't think that one day I would go for this, it would be my first insane demon done in 2.2. I did this with the one monitor laptop use bullshit that I mentioned in the medium demon video. God damn. Just to reiterate what I said in my initial completion, because my thoughts are already written over there. I really like the idea of the gameplay being just straight up invisible throughout the entire level, and all you see are the visuals and your icon that you're trying to make way into the gameplay. I do not like playing them myself though. Even though learning levels also fit my skill set, I am not really the best man when it comes to remembering what to do and where I need to click and all that stuff. I would very much prefer learning a part that is rapid fire all the way through, instead of gameplay that's just straight up invisible. But that being said though, I don't hate this level. I mean, pretty obvious where it is in this list, but damn! This is definitely one of the cooler levels to exist out here in the Insane Demon category. It pictures you in a colorblick setting, and the pages turn as you continue to progress in the level. I may not like playing levels that have the gameplay to be invisible, but it was not as bad as I imagined it to be in this level, as it utilizes audio cues to signal where you need to click, which, by the way, said audio cues can change quite a lot, so that's fun. Nah, but really, Crossroads really surprised me with how much I actually enjoyed playing it. If you are one that is willing to put up with invisible gameplay, go ahead and try this out. Well, one more level to cover, and this one, I actually know about the creator, but surprisingly enough, I have actually not played much of their levels, to which, after playing this, hopefully I do so in the future. Yeah, I know about Color Sword 16. I know about his contributions in other levels, but never really took the chance to try out his own stuff. So I thought to myself, why not go for this? I saw this was getting attention on Hyperbolus, and that was where it spiked me to try it out for myself. And wow. Wow. This level is such an underrated marvel. Arguably a lot more underrated than Picture This Perfect. Not as underrated as Genseki though. The gameplay in this one is really satisfying to pull off, and everything flows really well with one another. It's not that complicated to learn. It's really well balanced. Nothing seems to be unfair. It's just pretty good, pretty well-rounded for its difficulty. The decoration is also really good too. I tend to like levels that are more complex in their decorations, but I also gotta appreciate the levels in which the deco goes for a much more simpler approach. Really nice designs, simple in backgrounds and effects. Everything is just so simple, and yet it's so damn effective. I really cannot express this enough. Try it out for yourself. And while I'm at it, I'll be sure to check out more of Carlos's works. It's also used, to be honest. Stormworld is a fantastic level, incredibly fun to play, decoration simple, yet so effective, and I like to call this one my favorite insane demon in the game. Well, that's that. This was another complicated one for me, if I'm being honest with you. I feel like I've very much neglected its difficulty, like, a lot. And I like to think that once I was able to go for extremes, I just never bothered touching more insane demons again. To which I think I should honestly make it an effort to try out more insane demons. There can exist fun stuff over there, I just haven't started searching. Well, there's one more difficulty to cover. Uncertain if I'll upload it before the year ends, but I'll try to make it an effort. And to you, the person that's watching this video, thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. See ya.